When Phua Chu Kang legend Gurmit Singh and creative disruptor Edmund Tan join me in the kitchen, we stir more than just butter crab. From 5 C's to purpose and passion. Have we been chasing the wrong dream all along? This is Hot Plate SG60. Edmund Gurmit, welcome
Thank
to
you.
Hot Plate SG60.
Thank you. Hot plate, very hot.
Okay, today we are going to talk about something that's, I think, on a lot of people's mind. I've seen it on a lot of podcasts, the Singapore dream.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was something else.
Yeah.
I thought it was sex.
Okay.
That could be the Singapore dream.
The Singapore dream traditionally, at least in my generation, our generation, I guess, was the 5 C's, right?
Yes.
Everybody
Cash.
aspired to that. And do you think it has changed? Yeah.
I don't know. I have to check with my young ones. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's still the same for me.
That
Right?
would be interesting. I
Right.
mean, what do you think your young ones are interested in?
I think they're not. What was it? First of all, it's cash, career, condo, car,
I can.
And
Hey,
the
country club.
country club.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost
So-
forgot about.
Do you have all 5, by the way?
So shy now.
No.
Uh,
Well,
yes.
I don't.
The country club is tough.
I have.
Country club.
I have 5. Yeah.
Oh, so you have 5.
I have $5 also in my wallet. So that's cash. Come on.
No condo,
Come on.
Condo.
No cash.
they
Have
have-
condo.
Credit card
yes.
bill got.
Bill.
That's CC,
Yeah.
that's 2 C's.
I joined a country club based on just food alone. The food was amazing. Indian food,
Okay.
authentic, unadulterated. The spices are all there. They don't care if you get diarrhea. That's your problem. But we make it spicy and hot the way it should be. And when I tested the meal, I told my wife, sign the paper now. We're going to join this country club. I won't tell you where. I know you're asking, but no, I won't tell you.
But you see, this 5 C's
Yeah.
are associated with one very big D word.
Death. Is it?
Death or debt.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Debt, right? I
Yeah.
mean, which is, the sword of Damocles that's hanging over many Singaporeans' heads, right?
Yes.
I mean, yeah,
I see the Green Reaper right now over
we
there.
like,
Hey.
we like to live like that.
Yeah.
But do you think the younger generation has adjusted their point of view?
I
mean,
think
you
they've
two have
definitely
kids,
adjusted their expectations.
Yeah.
So our generation aspire to the 5 C's. I think the new generation might have given up on some of the C's. Like a country club it's not
It's not
Not
about the
realistic.
agenda. Yeah. Also
There's
not-
like no point thinking about it. It's like thinking, oh, I want a Maserati or something like that. Most people, if you want to give me, sure, I'll take it. But I'm not going to spend my time dreaming about it.
yeah.
I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and a lot of the younger generation are prioritizing well-being,
Yes.
spirituality,
Mm.
purpose,
Mindfulness.
mindfulness.
Yeah.
Mental well-being.
What do you think? Yeah, mental health. I mean,
health,
there was a Olympic gymnast who didn't compete in a major game competition because she said, I treasure my mental health.
That's good.
I don't care. I'm just
good.
not going to
Yeah.
participate. In the old days, wow, this
Yeah.
is a major competition.
Yeah.
You can't opt out, And she said, no, I'm opting out. Tennis players are opting
Yeah.
out because they don't feel, You think it's a good thing?
With this argument is that it can go to the two extremes.
Yeah.
One can be so hardcore that even if you're missing leg, you still go for steeplechase run because you have to run. The other side of that argument is that, I have a little blister. I can't run anymore because of my mental well. It's too much, I think. So to each his own, but you have to find the right balance. You have to be realistic. Like, okay, am I really feeling this pain? Is it going to hurt me in the long run or even the short run? And how much is that hurt going to be? If it's something that can suck up and take it and go, I'll go. I think our generation, and even before our forefathers, they sucked it up because they knew they had to do it. Otherwise, their siblings or their family or their kids or their family won't be provided for. I have to do it, Whether it's carrying a sack of rice at Collier Quay, Boat Quay from the boat to the shop house, or running in a competition because I can win the medal, I can win $100 for my family, I'll go run and do
Wow.
it. Yeah. So I think it's about
Kermit, you're hardcore old school, man.
yeah, no, but not hardcore. I mean, like I said, if my leg is broken, I won't run, of course.
Yeah.
If I'm in a run competition. But if I have a blister and I talk about, I get so overwhelmed by a small thing, I think that's dangerous too. Then after a while, you do not have the capacity to face life, and that's dangerous because then you start blaming everybody else for your lack of well-being, and you keep thinking yourself down and low and small when actually you have much more potential than you should.
So you're talking about mental resilience. Which I think definitely is important.
Some level of determination, perseverance is
I
good.
tend to agree with you because I'm also old school. I would say suck it up, just go do it.
Yeah.
Mental resilience.
Yeah.
Then there is a huge dichotomy between the point of view of the younger generation and our generation. Where's that meeting point?
I have met youths who are at the extreme end, like, oh, I'm so weak, I can't do this anymore. But I've also met some youths who are very focused and compassionate, and they are on the ball, they're working hard, and they're doing it for themselves, for others as well. So I think in the society, even in our generation, I think we had some slackers and wussies who couldn't do anything at all, and we were like very disappointed with them. But I think every society has that portion of weak and strong. But the thing is, what is trending now? And because we have social media, this is trending right now. A lot of the good stuff and the perseverance, hard work stuff and all that is not being highlighted. It's all the, I'm woke, I'm cancelled, I'm this, I'm attacked, I'm a victim. That's being, because it's easier.
It's interesting, right? Because each person's life is his or her own.
Yeah.
So, for example, there is this vlogger called Jean Voronkova, if I'm pronouncing her name right. She lives in Bali.
Yeah.
She promotes on YouTube a lifestyle that is chill or slacker. Okay? And that's her life. She's enjoying it. She's living a very fulfilled life. And man, my goodness, she got, I think, 500,000 subscribers.
Wow.
Right? She's more well known than I think you, Kermit, outside of Singapore, right?
500,000 people want to have her life.
And they really like her videos and they really admire her. She says, this is my choice. I want to live like this. And because I'm very frugal, I can live on 2,000. She's a smart girl. Used to be a lawyer in Singapore.
Corporate lawyer, yes.
Made 120,000 a year kind of thing, right? And now she's there. She has got passive income, and she just lives, according to the internet, around 1,500 to 2,000.
Yeah, I think it's all about empathy and understanding what's valuable to you. I mean, in our generation, we we go for it, but doesn't mean all of us made it out. Doesn't mean all of us had the mental capacity or the mental resilience to make it out. And those that didn't, they didn't make it.
When you say make it
like even
make it like what?
Even like survive.
It's interesting.
Suicides. It happened. People who couldn't take it.
But the question, the question is this: I've reached an age where I've been hustling for a long time, right? And you hardly have the time. It's only in the past 2 years that Rose and I, we are spending a lot of time, like 1 month, 2 months, just chilling in Bali. So after a while, I wondered, all my life, have I just gotten it wrong?
We've been taught that hustling is
consumerism, right?
That's 80s culture, which is telling you that hustling is a virtue. That you need to go for it, and then your reward is the material things. And then you'll be happy with the material things. But I think the younger generation has been exposed to a lot more, but they also deal with a lot more crap. So they are a lot more sensitive to seeing people break down, to experiencing pressures that we never experienced. Right? And so they may turn around and go, wait, no, this is a real problem for me. I'm facing, our generation is facing untold scrutiny because all our lives we have to share. We're expected to share on online pictures and all that. And then we'll ourselves be vulnerable to people who can disguise their names and attack us and judge us. And
keyboard warriors.
So they have to deal with a lot more different crap. And at the end of the day, they go, you know what's important? So I need to protect myself. I need to know myself mentally so that I can withstand all this kind of stuff. And I need to take time to do that.
Yeah, in a summary, this world we're living in right now is a very complicated and overwhelming world because of the social media and the KPIs and what you have to present to society, not just society, but also to your family, you know. And that's one of the reasons why I kept telling my children when they were growing up that you can take any job you want. You don't have to take a job because it will please me or you'll please your auntie or your uncle or the society. Just do a job.
Even a slacker job?
Even a slacker job. I say if you wake up in the morning and you're happy to go to the job, I have done my job. I'm happy because I can attest to that. When I signed up for the TV station, I went home very happily to my mom and said, look, I signed a contract with the TV station. You know what my mom said? What for? I said, what do you mean, what for? This job. After 1 year, they'll kick you out.
Slacker, get a real job instead of working TV.
Yeah, she wanted me to get a real job, you know. And
work in the docks.
Yes. What? So I went to work every day since then. Happily because I love my job. And when you love your job, whatever job it is, I think you bring in extra value add to it, and then somehow that job will bring you some level of success.
And fulfillment, right? Beyond the money.
Sure.
Right? Beyond the money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just to get somebody come up and say, yesterday I saw the episode, was that funny? You said and then they walk off. Then okay.
That's
it.
Worth $1 million, right?
Yes.
And Edmund, you are into comics, creativity.
You're
at the forefront of.
No. Yeah. Can we just say that he wrote the SARS rap? He wrote the SARS rap, by the way. SARS is the virus that I just want to.
Can you imagine a productive person writing the SARS rap? No productive person is going to write the SARS rap.
Well, creative.
Yeah. So yes, I wrote the SARS rap because I was.
Yeah.
Great.
So it's really interesting. You've dedicated your life to something that's very outlier in Singapore, right? I mean, it's like
definitely.
comics.
Get a real job, right? Yeah. So comics, I was doing films.
You were in MTV.
I worked in MTV.
MTV is that's a real job, no?
That was a really fun job.
That was a real job.
Yeah.
Yes.
But talk about slacker culture. That place was heaven.
Right.
Because it was like total creative freedom.
Yeah. Awesome.
I went from MediaCorp where it's like no freedom, but we got budget. Then I went to MTV. It's like we got no budget, but just do whatever you want. I was like, wow, I'm here. It's heaven.
So what are you doing now? It's something really interesting, right? Fire extinguishers.
Yes,
I'm doing fire extinguishers. Just took a left turn. I met this very interesting Singaporean inventor.
Hang on, did you bring one?
Yeah.
I did.
It's in the kitchen.
It's in your kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah. This is the fire terminator. It's invented by this mad genius Singaporean. His name is Dr. Judah J.
Yes.
Okay.
And it puts out all kinds of fires. Every single type of fire without exception.
That's
fast,
insane.
including cooking oil fires. This small can put out 25 liters of cooking oil fire.
Is it like a powder that comes out?
No, it's a liquid. It's an all organic, non-toxic liquid. And it lasts for 10 years. And he uses the world...
Okay.
Non-toxic, don't worry.
Non-toxic,
it's
don't
all
worry.
organic.
Yeah.
The world approaches fire this direction. This guy is like, no, I think fire works like this. And he's able to create a solution that even puts out lithium fire. We've put out EV car battery fire, EV bus battery fire with his solution.
Lithium
Not
batteries.
the can, but with the solution.
Yeah, phone chargers, power banks.
So I went like from dealing with media and stuff, and it's like, wow, this should be in everybody's homes. I'm going to try and bring this wonderful product to the world.
Yeah. So thanks for bringing both of them and keeping them, because don't know how many kitchen fires I've had.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Serious one. Seriously, serious.
So one of the two leading causes of fire in homes is unattended cooking.
Right.
Fire.
No, mine's attended, but I was there when it happened.
Right. So thank goodness.
We're dealing with an arsonist then.
No, imagine if you weren't there, you got a call, which happens to people very often. They find the wok on fire and all that. And what's the first thing a lot of them do? Take it to the sink.
Yeah.
And turn on the
water. Which is what I
was doing. That's a newbie thing.
Well, you never do that. Maybe you know.
That's newbie, man. That's what I would do. You know. I mean, when you're cooking, right?
Yeah.
Your oil is hot. The last thing you do is put water into it. You got to get a
that's not
huge
what I know.
explosion.
I think 90% of the population doesn't know this. Hello, don't use water in cooking oil. Because that's the first thing when he asked me, I said, yeah, put water. He said, no.
Yeah,
So what?
splash water.
Because you always think
just explode.
fire versus water.
No.
Sure, win one now, water.
No. And Gurmit,
Yes.
you are now a Ghostbuster. Your new movie, right?
Kind of, yes. I'm a fading, ailing ghostbuster looking for a disciple, and he comes along, but he's an idiot because he wants to be other things. He's got supernatural powers that can overwhelm demons in the supernatural realm, and I need someone to succeed me, but he's not disciplined enough. So yeah.
So you filmed this in Penang, is it?
Half in Singapore for the special effects stuff in Infinite Studios, and then the real life stuff we did it in Penang. Yeah.
Why Penang?
Because there were the temples there, there were the old streets there. They wanted to make it very Heartlander, not like a posh condo. There's one scene in Penang. The camera is right at the end of this street, right? And this whole street is full of food stalls. And I'm in the van on this side of the street, and the director says, okay, you just walk through. And we have one guy planted. At the end, he will have some lines, he'll say some lines. But along the way, I want you to chocho a bit like, want to buy this now? Because he's selling. He's trying to sell. He's hawking stuff like a hairdryer or a tissue paper and all that. And these are general public. And I said, why if I get recognized? They said, no, shouldn't be because I got a beard and everything. I said, okay. But even if I get recognized, I will make it such a way that you idiot, I'm not that guy. I'm something. Because my voice was changed like this, you see. So I thought like this. So I went and everybody didn't recognize me at all. It was amazing. I taunted one little boy who was eating with his family. And then he's like, then I finally got my scene done. And I was like, yeah, mission accomplished. That was great. Like a Tom Cruise thing. It's me. So it was fun. It was really fun. I think in our line of work, when we do movies or TV shows, and we did Gurmit's World.
Yeah.
Together with Rose, among other projects. We approach each project, the sitcom or the satire or the skit, with some level of seriousness because we wanted it to be funny so that you would laugh, right? And at the same time, when we also wanted to enjoy ourselves. If we don't enjoy ourselves, then we know that you will enjoy it as well. Yeah.
In your line of work, do you find diversity in terms of ethnicity and all that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, do you find that?
Yeah.
Is there a good mix of ethnicities who are in this creative line of work? And how do you guys gel and work things out?
Well, to begin with, I don't think there's any obstacle with the different cultures or different ethnicity. If anything, I think that's value add. I think that someone from this race or someone from that culture can bring something that I would not have known. And then, like telling me cooking oil, you must not use water, I wouldn't have known. Stuff like that. Yeah. So I think that
But it's interesting that you are very well known for playing a Chinese.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's interesting, right?
Yeah.
And you play it so well. It's like it's you.
It's like it's one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
is it?
Yeah, it's truly amazing.
It's funny, one day we were rehearsing in the studio and Suilin got a text from a friend and she laughed out loud. She said, hey guys, got a text from a friend and she said, do you guys realize that Portugal is played by Indian men? And the cast themselves said, actually, we never thought like that, We just thought Portugal is Chinese, right? That's it. We never saw the Indianness in it. Which is interesting.
Which is really amazing, isn't it? I mean, Singapore is this place.
Only in Singapore.
Yeah, it's only in Singapore where you get...
Right?
I think it's because you grew up truly in a multiracial society, right?
Yes.
That you are able to play it spot on, right? I mean, it's so spot on.
I have Hokkien friends, Cantonese friends. We don't know the bad words first. And then with Malay friends, Tamil friends. So growing up, I would sometimes speak Hokkien, I speak some Hokkien to auntie or an uncle, old uncle, or Cantonese or a bit of Mandarin, or Malay to a Malay pakcik, makcik, And we even do the accent, which today I realize I've been told is a bad thing to do the accent in a Malay way. But for me, I was trying to be understood by the other party. So I spoke as best as I could in your language, in your style. I wasn't trying to make fun of you. So forgive me for doing this. So if I say, I could say, pakcik, saya nak satu nasi lemak, 2 kopi. But with the accent, I said, pakcik, saya nak nasi lemak dan 2 kopi. Makasih. So it adds that flavor because now he feels like he's talking to one of his own. And I'm not making fun of it. I just want to be part of your circle now and your communication. It's just like, you're pairing devices. You need to be on the same wavelength.
Correct.
And that's all that is. But today, no, cannot. You
Really?
cannot scold.
Like, what if I went to order Buddha Pak and I did a Indian? There you go. Even
What's a
worse.
Buddha Pak?
Yeah, because that's the Chinese person saying Buddha Pak.
Oh!
Right. My mother-in-law used to say.
Buddha Pak? What?
Yeah,
what
there you
China, Taiwanese thing is Buddha Pak.
My mother-in-law used to say, let's go and order Roti Planta.
Planta, yes. I heard that one
Roti
before.
Planta.
And Telur Bangga. You tell a taxi driver, Malay taxi driver, I want to go Telur Bangga. Telur Bangga.
Yeah.
Telur
But that's me
Bangga.
ordering as a Chinese person.
Yeah.
So do I go to the mama shop and be like, hey uncle, I'm not even going to attempt the Indian accent now.
Why? Go pray, man. Go on. I did it already. Let's go. Let's take the same ship and sink. Come on.
I can't even do it.
Murtabak. Murtabak. Yeah. But when I was on radio on Gold 90 FM, I was there for 1 year. And then when we were off air, we were playing ads, right? Before the song come on. So phone rings and then we pick it up and the guy calls, hello, I want to complain. And they do that a lot. See, yes, what's the problem? Just now you do the advertisement, the one very racist. What advertisement was that? The one about the niece, the one lunch one. She do the advertisement, the voice. Why must like that? I say, let's play it back. I forget which exactly dish it was, so I'll just improvise now. But she said something like, instead of just saying vade, she said vade. And then he said, this one, how come like that one? Why cannot say properly? I said, sorry, what's your name? Mr. Wong. You're Chinese? Yes. Hi, Mr. Wong, this is Gurmeet. I'm Indian. And I have no problem with her saying vade because I appreciate her effort because she's speaking like an Indian. She wants to be like one of us. So you're not angry? No, I'm not. Sure. Yes, I'm sure. Okay, bye. What just happened?
Can she please just call it Roti Planta?
Yes.
Like normal people?
Just say donut. I want to eat a donut. Donut, we sell vade. Yeah lah, donut. What? No, it's vade, no donut.
Birthday.
So anyway, I want to change a bit.
Yes, change a
Come
bit.
back to something more serious.
All right, here we go. The budget for this year is ready.
With the wrong guess for that.
In Forward Singapore, right? So what the government wants to is to expand the definition of a successful career to include things like the arts, more slacker
Yes.
careers, right?
Arts are
You think
essential.
how far do you think that's true or not true?
Well, Prime Minister Wong, Lawrence Wong, is an avid guitar player. He loves the art. He goes to galleries. I know this because I know people in galleries, and he comes and supports them. He buys art and all. So I think because he's at the top now with this kind of mindset, he can then send out the vibes to people below him and say, "Look, art is good. You can do art. It's okay." I think in our predecessor, which I think we can't fault them too, because we were in a time period where we really needed to industrialize fast, work hard, be resilient, and get together because we were a small, tiny little nation trying to fit in this big world of economics. And we did what we had to do to get where we are now. I think now is the time when we can say, okay, we're there now, so let's relax a little bit. Let's focus on something else now. Let that run by itself. It's almost running by itself. The financial hub, the cyber security and the currency thing and all that. But now let's give a little focus on art and something that we can,
But
relax
I've been speaking to quite a few young actors, artists, musicians, and they're getting paid pittance. They can barely survive.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know why? Because there's so many of them now.
Okay.
Right? When there's demand and supply. If there's only 3 of us acting for the whole of Singapore, we'll get every job. And when the producer calls us, hey, we want you to do this job. Yeah, $10,000. What? There's only 3 of us. Okay, we'll pay $10,000. But there's 10,000 of us. You say, I want $10,000. Another guy comes up, I can do it for 9,000. Another guy comes up, no, I'll do it for 400. No, I'll do it for 200. And somebody will get it because they were the lowest bidding price. And the producers...
So are you judged only by your price? Is talent
most cases, no.
So Singapore is different,
Sadly.
right? It's just a bargain based.
I wouldn't say Singapore is different. The other countries are like that too.
I used to work in advertising, and I joined advertising because of the madman kind of ideas.
Yeah.
You make a shitload of money.
Yeah.
You drive big cars. It's never the case in Singapore. For creative careers, is it just a numbers game? I really don't care. Good actor, bad actor.
Well,
if you can fill the space, come in. Right?
Obviously, to survive, you need a certain number to survive. But as an actor, that may not be your main criteria. Like, I'm not going to take the best paying job necessarily.
Yep.
You know, I might take a job that is meaningful or creatively interesting. It gives me opportunity to grow. So that's the other side of it as well.
Then wouldn't you see a lot of attrition? It's like, okay, I graduated from one of those art school, and they're very prestigious, right? They're prestigious.
Yeah.
And you work, I say, my God, I'm still living with my parents.
It's tough.
Right? In my 30s.
Yeah.
I better get a real job. I'm using real in the old terms, right?
Yeah,
You know,
It's
So
been that way
you know,
for
they
time
do
immemorial.
and then they give up. Then
Look at Van Gogh. He died poor.
so it's you
know?
sacrifice for art.
No,
People
I
go to
mean-
Hollywood, they work as actors, but there's that chance of becoming a De Niro.
That's the difference. You see, you're talking about the entertainment capital of the world. You're going there. You're taking like you're a small fish in a
You
big
know, Shah
pond,
Rukh Khan is the richest actor ever.
Yeah.
Korea also, they're making a lot of money. In Korea, the movie industry just, you know, it's like out of the blue, they beat everyone in the 100 meters.
So
right?
Singapore is not the best place to do that. If if you want to be the next Tom Cruise, the next Shah Rukh
I'm not
Khan,
even talking about,
here,
I'm just
right?
talking about, can I make a living without, I just need to survive. I just need.
But that's the thing with any place in the world. There are waiters in Hollywood waiting to be actors, but they will never be actors because they just do a
There are
little
homeless
cameo.
actors in
Homeless
Hollywood.
actors,
too.
yeah.
But you see, in Hollywood or Korea, whatever, there is, you see, everybody lives on hope. I mean,
Yes.
till the day you die, you're hoping, you're hoping. So
That's
how can we develop that kind of industry in Singapore? Any chance at all? I mean, can we become a next Korea Wood, whatever? I mean, I'm just curious.
What would we be called? Singapore Wood?
I
Singapore
think Singapore has a lot of government resources that can be used if done in the right way to try to build the industry, not necessarily bring in overseas projects that benefit who. You know what I mean? Like we can build from the inside out. It's still possible. As you say, look at Korea. Where was Korea 10, 20 years ago? Nowhere. It was all Japan, right? And then suddenly Korea started building. The challenge of Singapore is that unlike Korea, we don't have our own language. So we don't have our own market. We speak English, Chinese, and we share the market elsewhere.
So if you're an English actor, right, you are then pitted against the UK, the US actors, which is unfair disadvantage, right? But here's my belief. In Hollywood, it's not just full of American actors. There are actors who make it big who are from other countries. Hugh Jackman, for example, is from Australia. He was doing a Broadway and then they said, hey, you be Wolverine. Okay. He flew to Hollywood and done. So I think it's all about having your timing made for you, right? You have the talent and you be spotted. And now with social media, that's even bigger now. It's even better now. More avenues for you. The only problem I think is that whether they would want you in their project because they don't know if you can handle it. The way we work here in Asia and the way they work in Hollywood is totally different. Jackie Chan was sharing with me, we do a project here in 1 month, they take 6 months to do it over there. And he's like, sitting down there waiting. It's like, I don't know what I'm waiting for. We can shoot this now. Hello, let's shoot. But no. So then I think it's very general to say that, because we're from Singapore, we won't make it because it's a small country. Yeah, if you launch your project, your movies, for example, just for Singapore audience, it'll be hard. But if you have the talent and you go out there, and I see a lot of English actors who are making their way from Malaysia and Singapore, making their way to Hollywood and doing the small roles to start with, and then hopefully get discovered and then move on to bigger things.
Two of our friends, King Hua and Yu Bing, just got
Case Yu and Kate also did their bits.
in
Avatar.
Netflix.
Adrian Pang was
But
in
you see,
Element.
the thing is, they are appearing in American culture.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I'm curious is that does Singapore have a strong enough culture to be exported?
You know why? Because we are shy of and scared of Singlish.
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate for Singlish, and when I was told to cut down because of Phua Chu Kang, the Singlish, I was like, oh, why?
Yeah.
You know, for years we've been looking for identity, and just now earlier on he mentioned about how we have different races and cultures coming together, and that gave birth to Singlish.
You know, Phua Chu Kang is amazing. As you rightly hinted at, it is a very good representation and cool representation of Singapore.
But we had to fight for it to be even
love Phua Chu Kang.
recognized that it's a valid representation.
When people overseas see Phua Chu Kang, he's such a cool character. You want to emulate him. You know, the coolness is there. The coolness is there.
When we created Phua Chu Kang, it was very controversial.
We almost shut down. And because we didn't have a sponsor, we didn't have a budget, our rehearsal was in a storage room. So it was a small little room with 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot window. And one of these days, we actually got locked in because the storeman went for lunch. And we couldn't go for lunch. And they make some calls, and somebody called somebody and found it in the canteen and come back and open it. And I remember Rosie Pham saying this. She said, no, guys, I know this is pathetic. This is really, because we were very downcast. And she said, but we have a decent project. Let's just push on. And when it came on air, right, every week that we came on air was possibly the last week, because we were bleeding the company red. But because we won the ATV Awards in that first few weeks for Best Sitcom, Best Actor, Best Actress, suddenly we were, okay, you have budget now. Suddenly we have sponsors. We had too many sponsors to begin with, which was amazing. But here's the thing. We are always looking for an identity, like I said. And when Singlish came along, the people, the powers that be, shied away from it. Now, let me ask you, if you go back in history, when the Black Americans, when they talk, they didn't talk like a white guy. Yo, dog, what's up? Who is the dog? Why are you calling the guy dog? If in all intents and purposes, the white guys would say, that's so bad English. But they carried on because they believed in themselves, they believed in their culture. Now, every other white guy today wants to be a black guy. He talks like him, raps like him, and walks like him, and then dresses up like him, and has a black girlfriend as well. So like what? So I think if they can do it, why can't we do it in Singlish? I think that will be the ultimate testament of how we always talk about racial harmony, right? We can talk, put it down on paper. It sounds very good, but that's all to me if you don't show it. Anything can be on paper, but let's show it. And Singlish is one way of showing it.
Yeah, I agree.
Vote me for Prime Minister next. Elections.
Okay. These are for you, for Edmund to react to and tell us what's happening here. Who are these guys?
This was my time in LA working in Hollywood. So that's with Gene Simmons. Right smack in the center, frontman for Kiss. Well, bassist for Kiss.
Yes.
Together with Paul Stanley, and that's his son. We had a project with Gene, and he at that time had a reality show called Family Jewels, in which he came to Singapore. So I hosted him in Singapore. I did a couple of episodes with him. Brought him to let the fish eat his the soles of his feet, which he hated. Absolutely hated it.
And this
was Gourmet's World.
Oh,
yeah. Olympic sketch. We did a few Olympic sketches.
I remember that. Who's the other guy over there?
Was it Aaron?
Oh, okay.
We did a lot with Aaron Goh, who used to host Showbuzz.
I like that era, because anybody and everybody could just step in and play a role, a writer or an AD or a wardrobe mistress, just drop in and
Saturday Night Live format.
Right? I loved it.
Sketches. We'll just try insane, ludicrous ideas.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is this? You're Hercules.
So this is Hercules. While we're in Hollywood, we did a couple of projects where we helped to shepherd the IP from scratch to movies.
Wow.
So this was one of the initial images for a concept called Hercules, where instead of being a god, he's more like an elevated guy that's gotten the reputation of whatever.
Was this a movie or?
Yes, it eventually became a movie with Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Great
The
movie.
Rock.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Cool.
He, as it turns out, we discovered he had always wanted to play Hercules.
Really? Oh,
so
his dream came true.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Wow, look at that.
Oh, man. Where's the
Who's that?
That's me. I think probably my first or second year, just after I got married, I think, 95, 96.
And
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
don't claim it's you. Don't claim it's
Why?
you.
And for the irony is that this was for the National Day. I don't know what year now.
Okay.
Why I chose this picture is because I want to highlight that how I've not only enjoyed this career, but this career has allowed me to play many roles, roles that I would not have dreamed of doing. And there was this Punjabi woman, Indian woman. This is one of the drawings that
Iconic.
I get from fans. So one of the fans sent it to me on social media and said,
iconic.
please, thank you very much. You were part of my childhood of this. When I got a DM on social media from somebody who said, hey, thank you so much for doing Phua Chu Kang growing up. Not only that, when I was going through cancer and whenever I had to do chemotherapy, which is really painful, I watched Phua Chu Kang distract me from the pain. I tell you, my tears welled up.
Yeah.
Because we were just doing a laugh,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Laughter is important.
Yeah.
it is, right? Yeah. Why you laugh?
What is this?
I just say
You're
it's
playing a
important.
samurai. Is it?
Yeah, I was dressed as a samurai because Channel 5 was doing a branding ID thing, and every year they do something. And then this year they said, you dress as a samurai. So all I do is dress up with other samurais, and then I come out, and then Channel 5. That's it. And
more samurai.
There, more Chinese guys acting Japanese.
Shogun.
Yes.
And this is your latest.
Yeah, the chosen one. This is me playing the old man. By the way, the beard and the mustache, because now they are a bit more, I think it all depends on budget and whether your director and your makeup artist is particular or not. And back in the day, just, glue, done within 5 minutes. But this one took 1 hour to put this on and then put this on bit by bit. They press, almost like follicle for follicle. So that it will sit nicely, and when I talk, it won't go bong.
Okay, I hope you guys are hungry.
Yes.
Because you guys are going to help me cook butter crab.
I don't want to eat something that I cook because I might die.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay. Hey, my walk here. I'm cooking lah, bro.
He's cooking.
Okay, Edmund Gurmit, I'm going to be cooking butter crab. Tons of butter, chili, curry leaves, and evaporated milk. This is a local recipe, but this is rarely cooked. To me, it's better than chili crab.
Right.
You be the judge after I cook this. Okay?
Born in 1980s, Tzi Cha Kitchens, Singapore's take on Chinese home-style cooking. Butter crab blends wok skills, Indian spices, and Western dairy into a quiet national icon.
Fry the chili.
I noticed that you dice the curry leaves. Is that what's the term correct? Diced, chopped, stomped.
Yeah. Minced.
Minced. There you go.
Yeah, minced.
See, real chef words.
All right.
Now the crab goes in.
What kind of crab?
These are mud crab.
Why do you choose this crab as opposed to maybe a Sri Lankan crab or?
Sri Lankan crabs are mud crab. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they just come from various different countries. They just come. The Sri Lankan ones are huge.
So if these are not from Sri Lanka, where are they from?
These are probably from Indonesia.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
We're almost there. Crab has turned red.
Crab has turned red.
It's blushing. Oh, the evaporated milk. Now, would you be able to use regular milk? No, must be evaporated milk.
Yeah.
So where does this recipe originate?
Some say Malaysia, some say Singapore.
Oh no, is that
yeah.
internal debate?
That means it's Malaysia.
Yeah, some say Malaysia, some say Singapore.
Oh, there's more crab.
Now this is just a shell
Then what are you putting for?
to make it look good.
You must have put in seashells. They look good too. Fire's up again.
The sound.
Okay, Edmund, have a go.
Like that?
Evan, go out.
Hold and stir.
He's gonna throw this.
The whole thing's gonna.
You didn't even stir it. You just move one shell to the other end of the wok. That's it.
Yeah, it was.
Move it around.
It won't move.
What is going on here? Oh my goodness! You just moved some chili with it.
It's all mixed.
No, it's not.
I'm cooking with love. Must be very, very gentle.
You have a lot to learn, Edmund. You're going to remove the wok as well.
Oh,
Get in there.
Okay, taste test.
Taste. Yes. Nice.
Perfect. Okay, guys, ready?
Wow, this looks like crab.
Real crap.
Yeah. Okay, let's dig in.
Come on, let's go.
Okay.
I have a confession to make. I don't know how to eat crab.
You just bite through the shell if it's difficult, right?
I'm so scared that sound is not the crab but my tooth.
At our age.
Yeah, hard to remember. Is your teeth alright?
Crab shells cracked, bellies full, and minds stirred.
I'm in heaven.
The butter crab was worth every messy bite. But the real flavor came from the conversation. With Gurmit and Edmund, we asked, can we find identity in our own voice? Maybe harmony starts right there with how we speak, eat, and live together. I'm Chris Chu, and this was Hot Plate SG60.